Hello and welcome to the Breathing Room. I'm so happy to welcome Prasad Rangnekar on the show. Tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you enter yoga?
My journey started at the age of 8 or 9. During summer break, my mother used to literally deposit me and my sister in a half-day long yoga course. I still have the certificate from 1985.
Yeah,
I have three huge boxes of Amar Chitragupta in my bookshelf.
Wow.
A few years back, I bought the entire set.
Oh, you did?
Entire sets, like more than 120 comics. Now, especially because of social media, everybody wants to do yoga, especially young teenagers and youths are, because of social media, are really getting into spirituality in a big way. There's a beautiful line from Santa Tukaram. He says, Tuka mane ugi rahave, je je hoila tete pahave.
Yeah.
If somebody is on the yoga path, then yoga will take care of them somehow. Because that path itself has some sort of an inner intelligence. And if you are walking on a spiritual path, and if your ego is acting up, then something will happen in your life again and again, repeatedly, till you realize that this is not in line with what I'm teaching.
Hello and welcome to the Breathing Room. I'm Rita Date, your host. I'm a yoga and meditation coach, nutritionist, and author. On this show, we talk about M&M, Mind, Nutrition, Movement, 3 pillars for a healthy life. You'll find practical advice backed by science. Today, I am so happy to welcome Prasad Rangnekar on the show. He has been a yoga educator for the past 40 years. He has taught students, has mentored teachers and spiritual seekers, and he's had a long journey that we will talk about. Prasad, I started my yoga journey 30 years ago. When I entered Pune, I wanted to do yoga. I don't know what the calling was. It wasn't a physical thing, because there's all other forms of exercise. And I started with Iyengar, and then I moved to different forms. So we've both seen the journey in 30 years, a change.
Yes.
What has happened in the yoga scene.
Yes.
But we will talk about that. But before that, tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you enter yoga? And
if we look at yoga as a spiritual transformatory path, a path of self-growth, spiritual path, then my journey started. My earliest remembrance is at 5 years old.
Oh.
Because it's cultural, because I grew up in a devoted family. Family was devoted, not ritualistic per se, but we were always told the stories of saints and mystics from, especially because I'm from Maharashtra, Maharashtrian Sant Parampara, as we call it. So we've just grown up on those stories. Even the bedtime stories would be of Tukobaraya or Jnaneshwar Mauli or Shivaji, Jizau. So in that sense, we as in me and my siblings, always got a beautiful direction to our mind. But if you look at the physical yoga, the physical practice point of view, my journey started at the age of 8 or 9, where during summer break, my mother used to literally deposit me and my sister in a half-day long yoga course.
Oh, okay. And you agreed to go.
Yeah, we agreed to go. And it was a yoga course. It was not even a yoga class. Because I remember maybe my mom thought it's a class, but it was like nearly 2.5, 3 hours, including a little bit theory and stuff. So
Is it in the summer? In the summer?
Yeah, in
okay.
summer. From 1st May to 1st June.
Okay.
And I still have the certificate from 1985. So
you never know when the government will ask you for that. So, okay, good.
Yeah, but that's why I remember. Otherwise, I tend to forget such things. So it started pretty early and it was supported. So it was not just something that we did as siblings during our vacation, but the philosophies, the ideas, the beliefs the intention, the energy was also supported back home. When we used to discuss, what did you do today? What did the teacher say today? And things like that.
Do you see that happening now in the urban areas? Do you think it's missing? But I mean, I remember another one you said, like, probably every evening you did say like bhajans,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I remember at my grandfather's place they did that before the sun rise, the sun came down. They would sit and they
Yes.
would do that and do the evening aarti or
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
So I don't know. I feel like I have not done that for my kids, but they're still good kids. So how can I improve, or what do you suggest the urban elite or middle class to do?
Well, lots of things, but just orient them to different ideas of self growth. I call it self growth more than, because for me, yoga is spiritual self growth. So just orient them to different ideas, not necessarily religious ideas. And why not? There's a great awakening now, even amongst the young Indians, about their own religion and spiritual paths. So fair enough. But the parents should give them a broader orientation and allow them to ask questions, in the sense of, usually with such matters it's always parents know best.
Yeah. Okay.
So that critical thinking ability is not encouraged, even at school level.
School level for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but parents should also.
Yeah, it's considered disrespectful to even inquire, when our whole yoga tradition and Upanishadic tradition is based on inquiry. So yeah, I mean, just for parents, just give your children a lot of resources that make them reflect, not just react, and let them ask you questions. And if you don't know answers for some questions, tell them that you will find out answers, or find the right sources for them to get answers.
Okay, that's a yeah. I think that's very valuable advice. I did get them into the asana practice of yoga, which I'm happy with, and they kind of do that religiously, and it's benefited them immensely, physically, and I think it's a process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it also depends on where the child is at. You have to start where that subject, in our case the child, is at. If it's a physically oriented child, then asana is the way. If it's some child who has allergies or immunity issues, then perhaps pranayama is that channel. If some child is an overthinker, analytical child, maybe introduce them to stories of Mahabharata, Ramayana. Read this story. That evening when I come back from work, let's talk. Why did Rama behave like that? Was Lakshmana right to behave like that? So basically, creating a sense of inquiry is what we need. It is also a part of India's constitution. Yeah. So we really need to work on that.
Yeah, one thing is being in an SSC school. It is part of your culture.
Yes.
I didn't realize it till my daughter could say some things in Sanskrit that I didn't know, or she knew stories that I didn't think she knew, which was nice. Yeah. Which was that was a good, because I had to learn it. Growing up in the U.S., the only thing we wanted from India is Amar Chitrakatha. And we learned it from there. My mother would read it to us, and it would be like some wonderful stories, and but that just stayed with you. So it was nice.
Absolutely. I mean, like myself and my sisters, or the entire generation, we have visual memory of Ramayana, Mahabharata, and thanks to Amar Chitrakatha.
Yeah.
I mean, Amar Chitrakatha has done tremendous work at conserving Indian storytelling.
Yeah. The writing could be a little better. Now we can make it a little better, but back then it was.
Now they are improving in a very,
and they're
very
making
big
it a
way.
digital formats.
Even the artwork has changed.
Oh, I haven't seen the artwork.
They have brought in new series.
Okay.
I just, the other day I saw their series on Shakti,
Okay.
like 8-9 types of Devis. So they are really doing some nice.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. So everybody, remember that.
Yes.
It's a good Diwali gift to give.
Absolutely. A few years back, I bought the entire set.
Oh, you did?
Entire sets, like more than 120 comics.
Oh, the actual old ones.
Old ones.
Really? Yeah, that's precious.
Yeah, I mean, you can get it, huh? Like the entire set.
Really? Yeah,
I have 3 huge boxes of Amar Chitrata in my bookshelf.
Wow. We used to have it in Boston, like a lot of it. But then, when we moved, my parents sold it or gave it away. So going back to yoga, you've been in the yoga space. You've taught asana, you've taught pranayam, you've taught meditation, you've taught the whole gambit. I know now you focus more on philosophy or spiritual seeking. How have you seen it changed, like through the years, yoga over the years? Let's talk about in India. Let's talk about in India. Yeah.
My practice journey is 40 years and my teaching journey is 30 years. And over the decades, I have really seen yoga become popular in the sense of popular culture, popular. Back in the day, when I started teaching yoga, people are like, oh, it was like just a side profession or a second job or a third job, or they used to ask, is it your hobby? That's why are you doing it? But what is your main line of work? And especially after having fair enough, decent qualifications, you become a yoga teacher, you are always on everybody's gunpoint, as they say, But yes, I mean, now, especially because of social media, everybody wants to do yoga. Everybody is into yoga in some or other way. Plus, there are multiple yogas too, in a way, spiritual yoga, especially young teenagers and youths are, because of social media, are really getting into spirituality in a big way.
In India?
In India,
really?
Absolutely.
Okay. How do you find, where do you see that? Or maybe you see it, I'm just asking, like.
Look at Instagram reels of, say, Sadhguru or other...
I thought that mostly middle-aged people are into that, even younger.
Not at all.
Okay.
I mean, not at all. Not just that. Inquiring about it, if you just look at the comment section, you will understand. Not everybody, but
of course,
there's a lot of interest.
Okay.
Lot of interest. Like sometimes the kids of some of my friends approach me with some questions. So, because it has become an information culture, right? We are in an information culture. Every sort of information makes people inquire. So, on one way, yoga has changed in the sense of becoming a fitness wellness practice in India. But on the other way, on the other sense, on the other side of the spectrum, it is also, people are also open to yoga as a spiritual path, but tending on religious path,
Yeah, okay.
So
I have a lot of, at the studio that I run in Pune, people come to yoga, majority for fitness, but one of the questions I get asked most is, do you have meditation? And I said, well, we don't have just meditation. It'll be, maybe the end of the practice, or we will have a course on intro to meditation. And I know in your course that I have taken, you do the yogic path and how dhyana comes toward the end. You just don't just start it. So for someone who comes and asks that, what would you say? What should we offer to them?
Unfortunately, what has happened is, because yoga has been dumbed down to physical practice, people think meditation is something separate to yoga across the world, and unfortunately, even in India. Though asana and meditation are two sides of the same spectrum, still people think that I will do yoga and then I will do meditation. So, with people who are open to meditation, they can start with movement meditation. Something like, doing your Surya Namaskar with awareness. So perhaps what you could tell them that, are you really ready to sit for 15-20 minutes with closed eyes? Oh, I can't. If they say I can't, then what you do is, then meditation, basically dhyana, which is, actually dharana, is nothing but holding your mind on one point.
Right.
And that mind can be held on one point even while moving, though it is not the classical type of meditation. But you can say, let's prepare you for seated practice. Join my asana class for 3-4 months for now, and let's do asanas with awareness, so that you can hold your mind as you move your body for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, gradually increase your focus, and then you are ready to sit.
Yeah, absolutely. I've actually told them, like, when you are in a yoga pose, you should not be thinking of anything else.
Yeah.
Where are your hands? Where are your feet? Where are
Yeah.
your knees? Where is your stomach?
Yeah.
So you are single pointed focus.
Absolutely.
So that is what an asana is.
Absolutely.
And that's actually how I started doing Ashtanga yoga, is because it was just more focused, and I knew what to practice.
Yeah.
So I went to that path because it kind of helped me with the focus part.
Absolutely. This is how, in the modern sense, that asana can also become moving meditation.
Yeah.
Because you zone out from everything and just focus your attention on the body, its sensations, the movement.
And that's what you need. That's the first part before you go in,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
I mean, for a restless person, and almost everybody is restless these days, it's a better way to focus. It's better to focus on a moving body than to be still and internally feel frustrated.
So mindfulness, it's a buzzword. It's done a lot of good in the world. What is your take on that? Do you think, somebody expressed to me that, running was not there, like in the 1950s, nobody ran, it wasn't a thing. Now there's running clubs, everyone's running for fitness. So meditation is going to be the next running. Everyone is going to sit for meditation wherever they are. Or
It's already
there.
It's already.
Okay. So it's a good thing.
It's already.
Yeah.
Because when the running people get tired, they have to sit. And then they will sit together.
Right. They need it too.
No, but look, why this is happening is, perhaps it's a little going on a tangent, but people want a sense of belonging. There's no need to run 7K with 20 people. You run on your own two legs, on your own 2 feet. It's not some group march or something. Yeah?
Right.
So ideally, the intention behind running club is not let's run together. It's a sense of belonging in unity of purpose. So I don't see why there cannot be a meditation club where everybody comes together on Sunday morning and meditates for half an hour and then goes and has nice breakfast. I mean, meditation. You understand what I'm saying?
They say the energy is different, the group meditation, and
yeah, but still, running is a personal practice,
right?
Meditation is also personal practice.
Yeah.
So ideally, you don't need a group for that. So why are people coming together to run? For the sense of belonging, to meet each other, to get to know each other, to get out of their office mindset, to get out of their work mindset, to find people who are different to them. So it's possible. Asana club, meditation club, pranayama club.
Okay.
Start everything. It's towards greater good of all. Why not?
Okay. So, people who go to asana class, sometimes, when does that light bulb hit you that I want to go deeper? I want to do more than just the asanas. Do you find any pattern, or Is it just
No, there's no
individual?
pattern. It's absolutely individual.
They just,
And I know people who go reverse.
oh,
They are meditators who come to realize that they need to do something for their physical body and then go to asana. So it's number one is not linear. Neither is ascending, descending in particular order. It's just where you are in your spiritual path. There are people who do asanas for 30 years without any intention of going deeper, while for some, just one class is enough to realize that something more to my body than what just makes me move. And for some, it doesn't, they don't need an asana class. So, because asana has become yoga, we tend to think that everybody should come to yoga via asana, through the doorway of asana. But that's not really an essentiality. Like in the past, asanas were done only in a few select secretive lineages. It was not an entry point for most people into yoga. Otherwise, the early Upanishads, middle Upanishads would have mentioned.
so I know you teach people all over the world. And in fact, I think you have more people learning from you, maybe outside of India than inside of India, maybe. So are Indians more spiritually inclined, or do you find that? Or is it just, you can't say that. Anybody can be spiritually inclined. Or do we have that gene?
We have nurture, we may not have nature.
Okay.
In the sense, if you want to get spiritual, if you want to become spiritual, there's enough in our culture and tradition that will help you embrace spirituality as opposed to West. This is what the Western people have told me.
That's true. Like I told you about my daughter's school.
Yeah.
Like it's inbuilt kind of.
Yeah. Like in my school, the assembly starts with Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. Also, there's temple on every nook and corner. So I would not say that Indians have an advantage in the sense of the nature, but nurture, yes. Like if the spiritual seed sprouts, it will be well taken care of. There's always somebody who knows a little more spiritually. Even it could be tending towards, like I said, religiosity, but still you feel the religion will nurture my spirituality. Because we are a land of, 4 of the main religions of the world have emerged out of here. So it's not just the new phenomena. Even historically, spirituality has been encouraged over here.
Yeah, and that is what has kept the culture. I mean, even through all the invasions.
Absolutely.
Right? That is, it's the nurture, like you're saying, but it's a little bit of the nature, maybe.
Yeah. Now,
because I just feel, I don't know, proud to be Indian right now, and I think that it is that part of us has kept our culture going. If you look in South America or all those places, it's been wiped out. It's not the case in India. So
yeah, I qualify that as nurture.
Yeah. Okay.
Like what I mean by nurture is the cultural ecosystem is ready for spirituality in India.
Okay. That's good to know. Yes.
If that's why I said if the spiritual seed is just about to sprout, then it will be taken care by the ecosystem. The ecosystem is not against the spiritual seed.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, there will be always somebody. There will be always some, and with diversity of opinions. Like diversity is encouraged in the Indian knowledge systems. You can be an atheist and yet be spiritual, and that's allowed.
Yes.
We have spiritual systems in India which are atheist but spiritual, still qualified as spiritual. So being spiritual in Indian cultural sense doesn't always mean being religious. Okay, so it's very, very diverse ecosystem where differently abled, differently minded spiritual people can thrive. If you are hyper religious, yeah, you have sects, you have lineages which are full into rituals. If you are very inquiry based, there are saints and mystics who will make you inquire. In fact, we have philosophy that is fully inquiry based. It's called Nyaya. Uh, if you are into gods, deities, that way,
You've got that too.
everything. If you are physically oriented, you have the path of Hatha Yoga. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So we're aware of the, developments of yoga in the past few years, Lululemon, toned bodies, etc. Do we need that to get the urban youth into studios? And what do you feel? Do you think yoga is getting diluted with this new kind of trend? It's not a trend; it's been there for a while, I should say. But that kind of yoga.
I don't think it is much diluted because perhaps it is in some senses. But what I'm trying to say is asana, physical practice, is a means and a part of the bigger holistic system. But that asana practice itself has come to be known as yoga. So, what has happened is one of the means has become the whole of yoga. And in the popular sense, people associate asana practice or postural class with the whole of yoga. Same in India. Those who have come to popular yoga through the Western modern lens, for them, yoga is asana and that's it. Maximum some 10 minutes of pranayam thrown in and that. So, what perhaps is needed is a broader understanding of yoga, that yes, asana is a part of yoga, but asana is not the whole of yoga. We do not have to asanify the whole yoga.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what happens is people come to asana and after a year or two, they know they do it and then they start looking for something else.
They want the gym, or they want Pilates, or they want some other physical.
Yeah, or some other spiritual activity.
Or spiritual activity.
Spiritual
Okay.
too, or physical too.
Yeah.
But if we tell them that asana is one of the techniques or practices in a series of practices that gradually leads to a wider transformation, then they will not go here and there in search of other things. If you tell them you do asanas very, very mindfully for a year, and then I'll introduce you to bandhas or pranayama, then you're like, oh, there's something to look forward to. There's something to look forward to. There's something to look forward to. Otherwise, what happens is you do asana and you're like, yeah, now it's done. I do the same upward dog, downward dog. So I'll join a Zumba class.
Right.
You see, but if you tell them that it's a series of gradually refined techniques that take you somewhere to the larger goal, people will come and people will stay and people will grow with the teacher.
Yeah.
And that is what is needed. It's like school. Literally, it is like education system. You get into the school in the first grade, and what is your goal? Your goal is not to finish school in the first grade itself. After first grade, you're going to go to second, after second, third. And as I gradually grow up the grades, the studies are going to get tougher. I'm going to get more knowledgeable, So the whole life cycle of school education is charted. Same way we have to introduce yoga. Not introduce yoga or meditation as a technique that you do twice a week.
Right. It's a lifestyle,
Exactly.
part of your life. Okay. One question I want to ask is, I've had many yoga teachers, many prominent yoga teachers in India, and I've found that a lot of them have an ego. and they're mean, sometimes mean, like the way they teach. Is it an Indian thing, or isn't yoga supposed to take away your ego? I don't know. Like I have lost slightly. I mean, I wouldn't say I would lost respect. I should not say that, but it just makes me sad that that is the case. So, any reflection on this?
Well, ego is a universal phenomena. I would not say.
But ego, I think yoga has helped me get away from my ego in a big way. When you cannot do an asana, I mean, certain things. But yeah, so I'm just wondering, isn't it supposed to help with that?
Ideally, yes.
Yes.
Ideally, yes.
But we don't live in an ideal world.
We don't live in an ideal world. And yes, it is disturbing to see many people, so-called highly evolved people, work from an egotistic perspective too. But karma will take care of them.
Okay.
I mean, if being on a yoga path has made them become more and more stronger in their ego, they will realize it someday. Or thankfully, they have a guru who makes them realize it, or life itself will make them realize. And that's why in our Puranas and Itihasa, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and the hundreds of stories that we have in different Puranas, there has always been some character, some rishi who becomes proud, and then
Yes.
some god,
Yes.
some agency comes in and brings him down from that pride.
Yeah.
So we should, we should just observe,
let
and
it go.
not get frustrated. We just put our head down and just do.
Just make sure you don't get slapped or anything. Just
There's a beautiful line from Santa Tukaram. He says, "Tuka mane ugi rahave, je je hoila tete pahave." Means, okay, means Tukaram says, ugi rahave, means stay humble. Je je hoila tete pahave. Whatever is happening, just keep watching.
Ah, nice.
So I'm not saying this as a universal truth. And there are times where you have to rise up against injustice and so on. But if somebody is on the yoga path, then yoga will take care of them somehow.
Did you get that, everybody? If you're on the yogic path,
because that path itself has some sort of an inner intelligence. And if you are walking on a spiritual path, and if your ego is acting up, then something will happen in your life again and again, repeatedly, till you realize that this is not in line with what I'm teaching.
So, that's a great way to end this, because it's an excellent last few words.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Before we end, is there anything you'd like to ask me?
Sure. Number one, before asking you, I just want to say a big thank you for doing what you do, for creating a safe space, a conducive space, with passion, with intention, with a resolve. What brings that authentic passion in you to keep this work alive? Because it's not easy. It's not easy in India to start a yoga studio and to serve a market, serve a huge market, but a market that is perhaps not ready to pay.
Nascent, yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm at a stage in my life where I have had a journey, a yoga journey, other career paths, and I wanted to create a space where I wanted to go. And like I said, I tried different types of yoga, right? And I found the one that resonates with me. I kind of mix everything and do what works for me. So I wanted to open a space where everyone can experience different types of yoga. Let them find what works for them. I want them to try Iyengar, Hatha, Ashtanga, whatever. I have aerial, which I went and I'm like, oh, that's not yoga. But then I tried it and it really has some good benefits. So I have that. And so I offer class packs where you can just go from one class to the other and experience yoga, and I want to spread yoga. I want to spread health in India.
Beautiful.
So that's
Beautiful.
So Prasad, where can people find you if they want to? I mean, he has lots of stuff on YouTube. I highly recommend you go to his YouTube channel. And where else can they find you?
Just type Yoga Prasad Institute on Google and it'll give you
I'll put it in the show notes as well, so you can look it up. So thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me. All the best.